about right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So this is Tanks and Tuddies, Tubbs and Frankie. This week, episode 170. We've officially won a long time ago. We passed the 3-year mark. We're going to get right into it. No Bean Boozled this week. That job is done. Won't be doing that again for a long time. That was bad. Still got them. They're sitting right here. They will sit here. There'll be another bet. I guarantee it. I'm glad. I was going to propose a bet on the Michigan-Wisconsin game. It was going to be spread as well. So I'm glad that didn't happen, or else we would have been hitting back-to-back. I guess we can start with that. There's the Badgers took down the Wolverines straight up. What a game. As a Michigan fan, not concerned. It's only January. I'm glad they finally lost. Like, they've been dancing around with losing. And then people were talking about they're going to go undefeated, best team of all time, blah, blah, blah. I'm glad. Like, I'm not happy to lose, but, like, good to get it out of the way now than March, you know? So, the Badgers shot lights out. I mean, if they missed 2 of those 3, I think they hit 8 straight to start the second half. Like, if they missed 2 of those, insane. We win. Like, they just shot lights out. And part of it was bad defense. I mean, they were wide open looks. They kept getting wide open looks. Michigan had a couple buckets they could have got. I could do the blame refs thing like some Michigan fans are doing, which I won't do. It was honestly a 50-50 goaltending, or basket interference, whatever the fuck they call it on offense. But yeah, they shot fucking lights out. I was working out, and I'm like, every time I looked over, like I would do my set while the Badgers had the ball. I'd look back and be like, oh, they shot another 3. Like, oh my God. So anything as a Badgers fan, I bet you're glad they survived Minnesota last night.
Yeah, gritty. I think they're back. I said it after the Michigan game. I said I think this might be the start of something for them. Confession, the Michigan-Wisconsin game was the first time I'd watched Wisconsin basketball this season.
It's fair.
Yeah. I could be the good luck charm that finally turned the season around. I'm not sure. I did watch last night's game. Yeah, and they won again. No, I mean, I feel like Wisconsin kind of does this where they start seasons slow. And I mean, they've done it in football and stuff too, where the first couple games, they just don't really blow teams out or anything. And then all of a sudden they start winning, not recently for football, but they start winning and then they just kind of go on a roll. So I think this could be the jump start that Wisconsin needed, especially beating a bigger team like Michigan and then winning a pretty big game in Minnesota, I guess you could say, just being a hard place to play at. The Barn is pretty tough. So yeah, I mean, they have a lot of talent. Blackwell's really good. Nolan Winter's pretty good. The kid that they have that is a transfer from Minnesota is also pretty good. So I mean, I think if they can put it together, I think they could be a very good team. I know they've played a fairly tough schedule. The teams that they lost to haven't been like scrub teams, so
yeah, Villanova,
we'll see.
Really tough team.
Well, that was probably our worst loss of the year. But
I will say it's nuts. Last week's AP poll, Michigan received 29 votes for number 1. Arizona received 32. It's one of the closest ever. And then the following week, they dropped us to 4. Kind of crazy to, like, when you're at the top like that, how much one loss can hurt you. But I'm glad it got out of the way. It's like the Lions a couple years ago when we were awesome. It's like, oh, they're finally going to win the Super Bowl. And it was just, you know, like just too much. What's the term I'm looking for? Too much glazing. Like fly under the radar a little bit. We're still a great team, but there's some chemistry issues. But I mean, like, we still shot fine. It's just the Badgers shot out of their fucking minds. So
yeah,
all good. On to the next one. We got Nebraska coming up soon. That's a big game. We have to win that. I can't handle an undefeated Nebraska team beating us to stay undefeated. Excuse me.
Oh, I will say Nebraska pretty good.
They're good, but like they're not like.
Hey, they started 17-0 and they fucking kicked their dicks in against 8-8 Oregon.
Watch out. That's a big win. That's a huge win. Yeah. I hope Michigan wins by 30. I will be betting a lot of alternate spreads that game because I watched Nebraska play MSU, right? And what MSU screwed up with is getting away from their game, which is good defense and setting plays up. They started to get into a shot battle, and Nebraska shot horribly. So their big man, like what he hit like 3-4 in a row, and then he went ice cold because MSU started playing defense. But then MSU would run up the court and chuck up a three. Like that's not their game. So hopefully Michigan just plays their game and they should win comfortably. There's definitely gonna be some alt spreads thrown out there. So hopefully I can take a screenshot of like some plus 800 action and send it in the chat. But yeah. Getting back to the normal show, locks and long shots. We reset our stats, and ladies and gentlemen, remember this day forever because it probably won't last very long. But I currently have a better record on my locks than Frankie. We're 3-1 to start the year. We had the Bears. Sorry about that one. Plus 1.5, minus 118. That's a W. I actually bet the Packers. I didn't like the model's pick here. I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about it, but I was pretty comfortable. And the next thing I know, it's like, oh, I live bet the Bears to try to middle. Like I want a middle. I love middling.
What did you get their odds at?
Plus 8.5 at like minus 120 or something like that.
Did you see how high the money line got?
Yeah, the money line when I looked was like plus 400. I could have grabbed it at, and I was like, no, I don't want a middle. Like it's not a middle, first of all, but I was like, I'll just take the 8.5 and like because like I think the Bears were down enough where they had to score and get 2. So I'm like, and it was 6 put them at down 8. I think. No, I don't remember how it worked out, but the math worked in my head where I was like, okay, this is a pretty comfortable middle as long as they stopped the Packers from scoring, and then the Packers scored with Golden, and we won't talk too much about it. Sorry, but. And then, the Bears did their thing and ended up winning. So I lost the Packers bet. And it's annoying, too, because I had 2 units on the Packers and I only put 1 unit on the middle. So I ended up losing, essentially, which is annoying. But the only loss, Jags plus 1.5 versus the Bills. This felt winnable, but Josh Allen did his thing. Shout out to Josh Allen. I'll never doubt him again for the rest of my life, except for this week. Patriots minus 3.5 versus the Chargers. Actually, no, I doubt him this week. Patriots minus 3.5 versus the Chargers, minus 112. That was a W. And then Texans minus 3 at the Steelers. This week, the model took Broncos minus 1.5. I like the Bills in this game.
I knew you were going to say that. You're a Bills lover.
Bills lover, but I think I took the Broncos in Page's picks. So it's like my heart wants Josh Allen and the Bills, but my brain takes the Broncos. So I don't love this, but the model takes the model. The model gives and the model takes. Yeah. Long shots, 0-1, down a quarter unit, no big deal. All teams to score 1+ rushing touchdown, plus 25,000. I think 3 teams didn't. The Steelers definitely didn't. The Patriots, 4 teams. The Patriots and Chargers didn't, and then the Packers did not. But hey, we got through the hard part, which was Rams and Panthers, which was actually sweat-free. Yeah, it was a loser. So I'm taking it again this week, by the way, but it's not my long shot. But I placed a wager on it plus 4,000. This week we're going Bills, Texans. This is where I say my heart gets involved, right? I keep reading about Bills, Patriots, AFC Championship game, Bills, Patriots. Everybody thinks it's gonna be Bills, Patriots. You know what's gonna happen? The Bills play first. The Bills are gonna win. Then it's gonna come down to the Patriots game, and the Patriots are gonna shit down their leg because the Texans defense is awesome. Texans are gonna win. But that defensive performance, yes, it was Aaron Rodgers, who I still think is a decent quarterback, but Drake May hasn't seen a defense like this. Their offensive line hasn't seen Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter coming at him. I think the Texans win this game, and dare I say, like, comfortably. Like, I wanted to put my own lock in on the Texans spread, but unfortunately I hit the spread right on the head, so the model couldn't pick it. But plus 378, put a full unit on it. I placed this with my money as well. Very confident in this one.
Wow.
I just think that defense is just I got a future. I have 3 futures alive still. I have Rams, Texans, and Rams. Oh, Bills. I have the Bills as well. So not to brag, but I have 3 futures alive of the 4 I placed. The only one I lost was the Jags, and they played the Bills. So sitting pretty. But yeah, I actually love Bills Texans. I think that's so doable. And they just think about that matchup, right? You got Josh Allen versus the Texans defense. The Bills defense is playing better-ish, and CJ Stroud just looked like he doesn't know how to play football. Like, that was insane on Monday.
That was so bad.
I have a story about that game, but we'll get to it in the playoff recap.
My turn?
Yes. Sorry. I was parched.
Sorry, I've been doing some golf research as we've been recording because, as I said last week, golf is back this week, and I do have some picks for that. But first, locks 2-1. Jake only has me by the record because of how many bets he put out because he's a fucking degenerate. Last week though, 2-1. Model's a degenerate, I guess. Last week, Panthers plus 10.5 versus the Rams was a win. Fun fact, I was driving by the stadium when the Panthers scored their last touchdown. I had the game on my phone. We were driving to a friend's apartment to watch the Packers-Bears game. They're actually Lions fans. They're from Michigan. And as we were passing the stadium, fireworks started going off, and I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, oh, I bet they're about to score right here. Like 30 seconds later, they scored. And I was like, that was pretty sweet. Yeah. So yeah, Panthers plus 10.5 was a win. We had the Jags plus 1.5 versus the Bills was a loss outright, unfortunately. Very good game, we'll say.
Dude, a lot of good games last weekend.
Yes. And then Patriots minus 3.5 versus the Chargers was a win. That was probably the worst game of the week. So this week, I'm going one golf and one football pick. Starting off with, I'll give football first. We'll go Patriots Texans over 40.5. I think both defenses very good, but I think both defenses can score, and I think both offenses are prone to turnovers that can allow these defenses to score. But also, I think that the Patriots offense is good enough that they can get up some points against the Texans defense, regardless of how good it is. Even if it's 2 touchdowns, give me 14 points. Defense gives me 7, something. A couple field goals mixed in there. And I don't think the Patriots defense, on the other hand, is good enough to necessarily stop the Texans from scoring. So I think 40.5 is probably pretty low. I think it's definitely in play. 42 would be a prime number here for this game. So
I think the thing to hang your hat on is, hey, CJ Stroud can't play as bad as he did last week.
That's also true.
If Nico plays, that's huge, but he might just get concussed on his first hit. So
that's also true. Fair point.
How the hell he came back in that game?
Yeah, that was bad. Last week we had a fairly good week. Up units, 1-1 plus 1.45 units. We had the Niners money line plus 195 for a unit. And then we had the Bills, Jags, Patriots combined for 6 plus rushing touchdowns at plus 245 for half a unit. That was a loss. So 500 record, but we were up units. That's probably going to be a trend. I would assume we're probably going to finish under 500 on the record, hopefully positive on the units. So, for example, this week, all golf for the long shots. I got 2 outright winners and a top 20. You're going to love the top 20. We're going Nico Echeverria plus 4,500 for half a unit. And then JJ Spawn, I have it on here as plus 2,000. It's actually plus 1,800 for a unit.
Echeverria.
So, do you want me to do any background on it?
We don't need the whole rundown, but just tell me why you're taking those guys.
So Echeverria in his last 20 rounds is basics of the course in about 20 seconds. Short course. Biggest thing that you need is approach and around the greens for your best stats. That is definitely Echeverria's best stats. In his last 20 rounds, I don't think he has a win, but he has been placing towards the top. He's got a T4, a T14, a 9th in there, and he hasn't taken a super long break off, so I don't think he's going to be that cold. Very accurate driving, which actually is key. You don't need distance, but you do need driving accuracy. That's pretty much my reasoning for Echeverria. And then Spawn is just, I don't know if you remember JJ Spawn from last year at all, but I thought it was a fluke that he was winning. I didn't think he was good. I thought he was going to be a bum. I've actually completely reversed that. I think he is a very good golfer. I think he's probably going to win multiple times this year. He just kind of is an all-around guy and kind of the same thing. Hasn't taken a lot of time off. And And in his last, since July, he's only finished outside of the top 25. Actually, he's never finished outside of the top 25 since July of last year. So taking him to potentially win, it's a pretty weak field. I think he's probably, honestly, the best player in the field right now. So, and then yeah,
we're back.
Yeah, and then Sahith, top 20 at plus 300. You're a huge Sahith guy. I know that.
Yeah.
So the big thing after last year, like he was dog shit last year. After doing some research this week, he was actually injured most of last year from playing on TGL. So he took a little bit off, and I'm strictly taking Sahith top 20 for the fact that I think he's healthy now and has taken time off to recover. With it being a weak field, his best part is his irons and his driving accuracy. That's the two biggest things you need here. Short course, I think he competes. I think he can stay within the top 20. And plus 300 is huge value on this. I also looked, you can get top 40 for Sahith at plus 115. So I will be taking that as well.
Oh, I'm placing golf bets. It's good times, man.
I've got a huge board. It's fun fact about the Sony Open. The last couple of years, the winners have all been like plus 50,000 or plus 5,000 or higher. So it's kind of a long shots tournament because it is so short. It is supposed to be very windy, so I don't know how that's going to affect things, but it's a season opener. Guys are messing with stuff. That's why you get some long shots in there.
Let me tell you my other plays here, because I got yours, but then I also got added some of my own. Uh-oh. Why isn't this working?
I also think I'm going to join a one and done. I just have to find one that's not.
All right, so I'm taking Spawn with you.
Okay.
I'm taking Nico. I'm also taking Nico top 10 at plus 360.
Okay.
And then I'm taking Morikawa plus 2,000.
I don't hate
and
that.
I'm taking Tom Kim plus 10,000.
Oh,
plus 10,000,
okay.
bro. I'm going to put like $1 on it for 100.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like in these kind of tournaments, especially like the big thing I've heard this week is it's the first event. Everybody is like just getting back into the swing of things. Don't be surprised if guys are like testing out new gear, whatever. Like don't bet a ton on it just because there's so much wild card shit that can happen. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like one of the other, I have a couple first round leader bets that I'm probably going to queue up. Ben Griffin's a big guy I'm watching. I have been a Ben Griffin guy. He's probably another guy in the same thing as like JJ Spawn, where I didn't think that he was actually going to be that good. I think he probably wins multiple times this year. So I'm probably going to take him top 10, top 20. I don't know. Just a lot of the big guys don't really play this tournament for some reason.
Gotcha.
This could be the last year that we have a Hawaiian event. Apparently the Sony Open, and there's one other Hawaiian event. I don't remember what last week's was supposed to be, but it got canceled. Could be done after this year. Could be no more Hawaii events starting next year. Why can't I use
my freaking... Oh, it's a parlay boost. That's so dumb. Not parlay.
Oh, you need a golf parlay?
No, I'm not doing it. I just placed it straight. Don't need the boost. Fuck them. All right. That was it, right? That was all of them?
I think so. I mean, I'm loading up on Ben Griffin. Top 10, top 20, first round leader, probably winner. He's so good.
First Brooks tournament, I'm betting the shit out of him. Let me tell you. That's the other golf news. Brooks is back. And possibly, what was the three names? Cam Smith, Rahm, and Bryson.
But so did you see the video about Bryson?
No.
So he had a press conference with a bunch of the big live heads, and they were like, "Oh, Bryson, like, what's your take on like returning to PGA or whatever?" And he was like, "Shit you not." He literally like had the mic and he goes, "I'm under contract through 2026, so I'm really looking forward to playing for Live this year." Really? And I was like, "Yeah, you're full of shit, bro. Like you're so coming back."
Yeah. Yep. Dude,
Then he posted on Instagram too, the picture in front of the exit sign, and just was like,
"Oh, no shit."
Yeah.
I, in some research of my own, I've come to think that Rom isn't leaving because he just got there, so he's unlikely. But I think you'll see Bryson and Cam Smith. Like maybe
Cam Smith would be. I think Cam Smith would kind of be dumb to come back. I think he's kind of lost his
I always get
luster,
him
I
mixed
guess.
up with Cam Young. Is he's the Aussie?
Cam Smith is the Aussie.
Okay, got it. So I'm on spot.
But like Bryson has all the leverage here. He can negotiate literally the massivest contract in live history, in golf history probably, or say, fuck it, I'm going to go to PGA and potentially win everything.
That's the thing, is if him or Rom come back, Liv's cooked. I guarantee it. Their rules were so funny to purposefully leave out Mickelson. I found that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, if you've won a major championship
Between
after
2022 and
2022 and beyond. Yeah. Do you see how much Brooks has given up to come back?
Well, it's like the $5 million, whatever.
Well, it's 5, but then he's given up 50 from the equity fund or whatever, estimated 50.
Yeah.
So shows how shitty it is over on Live. Tell them to wear pants, they're fucking gone.
Yeah.
All right, NFL, let's hit the non-playoffs first, and then we'll talk playoffs. Tomlin stepped down. Did you add the fired / step down, or did I write that?
You put fired, I put step down.
Oh, that's because I think they told him, like, look, like, if we could fire you, we would. Can you just do this the right way and step down? And he was like, yeah. Or I was listening to PMT's interview with Andrew Whitworth, and he made a good point. He said, a lot of times you just need a change of scenery. So they probably sat down, had a conversation, and said, look, do you like your job anymore? And Tomlin said, you know what? Not really at the moment. It's the same shit every year. And they're like, hey, step down, go get a change of scenery. We'll bring a new guy in. So I think there's love there for Tomlin. He's been there for what, 19 years? Or not that long?
Yeah, something.
I think it's 19 seasons.
What, like, they've only had 3 coaches in the last 49 years or something like that?
Coach since 1969.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. So definitely was needed, though. I mean, just the same thing every year. 9-8, 9-7, or it was 9-8, and it was 8-7. No, 9-7 before that, before they added the 17th, and it's just first round exit, missed the playoffs by just barely missing. So, I don't feel bad for him. I think he'll get a job somewhere. I think he's a good coach. The dude hasn't had a solid quarterback since like Big Ben, like what, 2015 Big Ben, 2016 Big Ben.
I don't know what you just said. For some reason, my sound cut out for like 10 seconds. That was weird.
I don't feel bad for him because I think he's going to get a good job somewhere. But the dude hasn't had a solid QB since like 2016 Big Ben. Like you gave him.
Rodgers wasn't bad this year, but
he's a mid 43-year-old quarterback. It was literally Big Ben, but like a better thrower and like just more bitchy. Like,
yeah, I would agree.
Tomlin also kept Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Big Ben getting along for them to win a lot of games. Mm-hmm. So, like, he's a great coach. He just hasn't had a really good quarterback. It feels like they've been just limping by since Big Ben retired, and then also like the couple of years leading up to that with Big Ben getting older. Because what was it? It was Mason Rudolph, Duck Hodges, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, and Russell Wilson for a year. People forget about that. They barely missed the playoffs. They were 9-8. So he'll get a job somewhere. He'll be he'll get another 10 years in, but he might not coach. He might be like, no, dude, I made money. I'm done. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't doubt it. So playoffs, let's go chronological order. Let me pull up because I forget. I don't have a lot to say about some of the games. I just want to do a blanket statement that the first 4 games were fucking awesome. They were great. It was looking like, holy shit, this is going to be the greatest wild card weekend of all time. And last year's wild card weekend was good, but it left something to be desired. These games were awesome. Rams and Panthers was competitive. It was back and forth. What was it? 4 lead changes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think so.
Just awesome. Panthers. Shout out to the Panthers. They competed. I think Bryce Young might have saved his job.
I really don't think he's that bad. Like,
no, he's not. And you give him Tet, who's a pretty good receiver. You had a run game for him. You beef up that O-line. You beef up that defense a little bit. They're going to win some fucking games.
They had a chance to on that last drive. There was two drops on that last drive. Granted, they didn't have much time, but
yeah, they had 38 seconds.
Yeah. All they needed is a field goal, though.
Was it 4 lead changes in the fourth? So
yes,
they scored to take the lead. Rams scored. Then the Panthers scored. Then the Rams scored. Yeah, 4 lead changes.
Also, I think their defense is like somewhat decent.
Yeah, I think it's just their it's either their linebackers or their D line that's not very good.
Yeah,
but I know their corners and safeties.
Yeah, their linebackers are decent.
I think I'm glad the Panthers got in over the Bucs. I think if the Bucs got in, that would have been a boring game. I think the Rams would have killed them because the Bucs are just decimated. The Rams, though, need to be worried about their defense. I'm worried about their defense as a ticket holder for a Super Bowl win because their defense did not look good. They started out hot this year with a great defense, and like they haven't had injuries either. Like they've just kind of fallen off a cliff. Like their secondary's bad. Granted, it might have been, we got the Panthers. Yeah, they got us that one time. No, it's not even a look ahead spot because they already lost to that team. So maybe it was that. Maybe it was nervous to lose to the Panthers twice. I don't know. Like they just didn't look like the Rams.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. I guess like the Eagles, they gave up 33. What was their? Yeah, this is the end of the season. The end of the season, so they gave up 20 to the Cardinals, 27 to the Falcons, 38 to the Seahawks, 34 to the Lions, 17 to the Cardinals. That's not so bad. 31 to the Panthers, 7 to the Bucs. Not bad. 19 to the Seahawks.
It was the Panthers game that was their defensive fall off. Before that, it's all very decent, good numbers.
Yeah, outside of like the Eagles game was not great. They gave up 33 there.
I feel like at that point, though, we weren't talking about them having an awesome defense. Like the Texans game, you were like, okay, nice defensive performance. But
I think it really started. I think it really started the Ravens game because they had that 3-game stretch where they won 17-3 against the Ravens, 35-7 against the Jags, 34-10 to the Saints, and then 42-26 to the Niners. And then even 21-19 to the Seahawks and 34-7 to the Bucs. Like there was a good 6-week stretch there where like, damn, defense is really good.
That was that first Seahawks game too. That's when they picked off Darnold 4 times. And we were talking about December. Well, I was, but I mean, if the defense figures out the offense isn't a problem, they're moving the ball. Puka's great. Devontae like had some drops and looked a little slower. I think he's babying. Was it a hamstring that he's got or just a quad or whatever? He's babying the injury a little bit. So look for him to be a little more explosive this week. I'll be on his receiving and targets and everything. That's about all I got. I got some takes, but we'll get into it. I want to get to Paige's picks a little bit early so we can talk about the preview a little bit more of the games rather than just rattle off picks. So this one will take a second. Bears, Packers. Bears 31, Packers 27. How do we want to go about this? I guess I'll give my takes quick. I'll be quick because I know you got a lot to say probably. Awesome game. Fun watch for me personally. I was totally fine with whatever team was going to lose. I'm a hater of both. Don't really hate the Packers as much as the Bears, to be honest. And I think the only reason I hate the Bears is because of their success with my coach and my other coaching staff members and my former running back. I do have some questions for you. I don't have the receipts. I wasn't screenshotting. I'll just bring those up when we get to them. But I don't have any questions about that certain other person. I figured you would bring that up. Mine's just about a certain couple of things you said, but I'll let you take it away.
I know where you're going to go. My first thing is fuck the Jinx King. Our friend Javi Carrillo. I think so. I'm not mad at him because I know, like, I don't blame the loss on him because I know, like, in the grand scheme of things, he doesn't affect the outcome of the game at all.
Correct.
What pissed me off is, so anybody that knows our friend Javi, he's been on here a couple times. I texted before the game. I'm trying to find the exact words. I said, for tonight's game, Javi, if you have anything jinx worthy to say, I request you send it privately to Jake and not in this group chat, because he has jinxed so many games. Literally, he'll be like, oh, game over. Yes. And
like
you had said
we joked
he
about
jinxed
it before because he jinxed once or twice, but I feel like this year, like
it was like, unreal.
So many times, and like he wasn't trying to. Like it's just how he talks. Because like he doesn't have an NFL team, so he doesn't get it. I would never text you in the middle of your team playing and say, "Ooh, whatever the hell he said." I'll let you continue. Yeah. It gets me riled.
Well, so then you had said he jinxed the Lions in the playoffs last year against Washington. You're gonna get it, pal. And he said, "Okay, bet, LOL." And I said, "I don't like that response." But anyways, seemed like we were gonna be good. He said it's never intentional. I said, "I get that. I just don't want it to like put it out there, whatever." So then we get into, I'm trying to find the timestamp here. I can't find exactly when it was. Oh, here we go. 9:01. So the game started at 8:30. So that's early first quarter. I think we're up 14-3. Or no, it would have been first half yet. But Javi text, it's over. And you said, belt to ass, keep it up. I said, Jesus Christ, I hate y'all.
You were acting like that's a jinx. That's just a let's go. I bet on the Packers. I'm rooting for my team.
I think it was more the timing, because it was like Javi said it's over first, and then you immediately responded saying belt to ass, keep it up. And I think it was just like the timing of it that I was like, oh, you're fucking egging him on now.
No. Mine was, I was pumped up. I bet on this team. I got 2 units on 1.5. Like belt to ass, keep it up.
Yeah, so I didn't say anything for a couple minutes. Javi said, it's over part 2. And I said, all gas, but Javi, shut the fuck up. And then since you guys are coming here, I said, I will kill you in March. That's besides the point. Ben Johnson's just shitting all over himself, which he was at that point. And then we were up 21-3, and I did say feet are up.
That's where I was going to go. Do you regret that?
Yeah. Yes. So my thinking on it was, all right, it's 21-3. I think this was even before half, so we were getting the ball going downfield, and my thought was, all right, we can double up here. We can get a field goal minimum, go into half, get the ball coming out, score a touchdown. That's 31-3 early in the third quarter. This game is completely over. Like at that point, we had been moving the ball with ease, hadn't really been stopped. I was like, all right, I have zero worries at this point. Then McManus came out, made the first kick, and I literally said to the people, I was like, he's not making this now. Like, they called the timeout, he's not making this.
Yep.
And the guy that we were with is like, I'm pretty sure I saw something where if you make it the first time and they call a timeout, like your chance to make it goes up 15% or something. And I was like, I guarantee you he's not making this. Kicked it, missed it, and I was like, all right, well, whatever. Let's just score coming out of half. We'll be fine. Obviously, we went 3 and out, did not score, and I literally texted the group chat. I said, this is a very bad start. Feet not kicked up. And that is just when it went downhill. I've never been, moral of the story, I've never been as close to the fire Matt LaFleur camp as I was Saturday and Sunday. The play calling was so atrocious the second half. And I've flipped back and forth on this multiple times too, because I kept saying run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, just because of the clock situation and where we were at. And I don't think it necessarily was like, hey, we should have just ran the ball the entire second half, because I don't think that was the solution. When we were running it, it wasn't working. Also, Jordan Love was on fire the first half and making great throws. The offense was in click, like when we were actually throwing the ball. But it seemed like LaFleur just wanted to, like when we decided to run were the worst times to run. We were taking the ball out of Love's hands at the worst time. And then when we were running the exact same play out of shotgun, mind you, which we know shotgun runs do not work for this team. It has not worked all season long. It just like the combination of running the same run play every time and it getting 1 to 2 yards, and then taking the ball out of Love's hands and like running a pass play on first down and then running on second down, getting stopped, and then, well, shit, now we're in a pass play for third down. Like, that shit is what pissed me off. And it was just so soft. Nothing changed. The Bears were killing us on defense just with the pressure that they were bringing. Our O-line was injured, as usual, and honestly played like shit. There were a lot of videos that I saw of our left guard and left tackle both just getting absolutely demolished. It was horrible. And it just seemed like there were no adjustments made on the offensive side, on the defensive side. As much as I love Jeff Hafley, our defensive coordinator, part of me is starting to think that he might be a little overhyped. And I don't want to be like, yeah, if he gets a head coaching job, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not. I'd love to keep him around and like test out another full year with him and see, especially hopefully with like a healthy defense. But he's supposed to be this defensive guru. And granted, I get we lose Parsons and Wyatt and a couple other pieces, but that defense went to absolute dog shit as soon as Micah Parsons went down. Mm-hmm. And for a defensive guru, I would have thought, you know what? Yes, we lost our two best players, but he's going to scheme up something else and adjust the defense accordingly. That will be fine. That did not happen at all.
Well, and it's also like, sorry for being zoned out, by the way. I searched Jinx in my phone, and I just read through all the hobby jinxes. Many. There's so many. It's more than I thought. What I'm going to do is either tonight or maybe this weekend or something, I'm going to compile all of the jinxes and figure out just how many times. Like, my phone only goes back a year or two or whatever, but I will find out, because there's a couple times I've thrown it out that he might jinx and then he didn't. So I'm going to comb through, I'll figure it out, and we'll have the list for next week. And also I'll send it in the chat tonight if I do it. I kind of want to do it tonight, but what I was going to say was, your defense played so fucking good in the first half. What happened? What happened when you came out of halftime? Yes, I know the Bears.
I don't know.
Like, even like it's not even the second half. It's just fourth quarter. Like, even the third quarter, yes, they drove the ball and they kicked some field goals, but you got the big stop. You got the pick.
There was also some stats about when we lost Edgerrin Cooper when he got injured, and before and after that was a big swing of things. Which does make sense, because it seemed like the middle of the field was just wide open as soon as he was gone. So I think that was a huge part of it.
That's what it was.
He fucking torched us, yeah.
Because middle of the field, you're 100% right. He was just there. Just slants and curl routes.
I think one of my biggest questions for the defense was, where the fuck was Trayvon Diggs? Like, I get if he was...
I think it would have been worse.
Getting torched in all of these opportunities that he was getting, then fine, but he wasn't. He played like 6 snaps against the Vikings, and then he literally played 1 snap in this game. And like, our secondary is dog shit. Keyshawn Nixon is dog shit. Valentine, not that great. Just put him out there. Like, he could not have been worse. Literally could not have been worse.
Right.
So I just don't understand why you claim this guy who's making however much and then literally play him 1 snap in the time you need him most. That did not make any sense to me. I'm trying to think of how much deeper I want to go. Oh, also, after the missed extra point, I did say that extra point doesn't matter. It did indeed matter. Yeah.
Big. It was big. I will say, though,
huge.
However,
Javi immediately jinxed that too.
With the Bears scoring, didn't really they drove the field so easy they probably would have scored a touchdown when they only needed a field goal for OT. Like, I feel like the end result is, even if you won this game, who would you have played? The Niners? No, the Rams. I think the Rams would have done some bad things to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think. See, that's the thing, is like, it could have been completely different because Zach Tom was like a last minute out.
That's true.
I think if Zach Tom is in, that O-line looks completely different. We're probably able to run the ball better in the second half.
Yeah. So
that's a lot of what ifs, but
that last missed extra point, that was after the golden touchdown, right? I'm just trying to get my timestamps correct. That was the Javi jinx that was like, dude, why? This has to be on purpose. That was when he said, I don't even remember exactly what he said, but it's over.
He just sent
it's over.
He just sent the GIF. Over
GIF. That's.
Which, I mean, at that point, I was like, all right.
5 minutes left.
6:30, 6.5 left. We're up 27-16. We're guaranteed to get the ball back one time. Even if they score, we're up 3. If we can kick a field goal, great. We're up 6. You force them to have to score a touchdown.
Right.
We come down, Brandon McManus.
Out, right?
No, that's the one we came down and McManus missed the 44-yarder.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yes.
I wiped that from my brain. I kept seeing, he left 7 points on the board. I'm like, he only missed the extra point.
So I do have some stats on that as well. First off, consistent kicker, and we're 14-3 in playing the first game this weekend. Fun fact. To break that down a little bit more, games in which the field goal unit costed the Packers this season. Week 3 at Cleveland, block kick leads to a good field position for Cleveland, game-winning field goal. Week 4 against Dallas, McManus misses an extra point in a game that ended in a tie. Week 9 versus Carolina.
That tie.
Yeah, but we could have just. Yeah, but we could have won if you made the extra point.
Okay, sorry.
You missed an extra point. Week 9 versus Carolina, McManus shanks from 43 in a game. They lost by 3. Not necessarily saying we would have won that, but it was Carolina. Who is a playoff team?
We just said that.
Week 10 versus Philly, McManus misses a game-tying field goal attempt by kicking it to the sidelines. That was this. I don't necessarily blame that on McManus. That was the stupidest fucking field goal attempt that we've ever tried. And then playoff game versus Chicago, missed literally everything. We lost that game. The other thing, I think this.
We might be about to say the same thing, so you go ahead.
Total points left on the field across these games, 19 points. Multiple seasons worth of heartbreak from kicking alone. He left 7 points on the board in a game we lost by 4 this week. 3 points, lost by 3 against Carolina. Missed 3 points, lost by 3 to Philly. Missed an extra point, return for 2. Game tied, 3 point swing overall against Dallas. And then 3 points, lost by 3 to Cleveland. Yeah.
So let's skip, unless you don't want to. Stop me if I'm skipping it. But Bears drive down. They take the lead, right? Pretty just... Oh, the 4th and 8 that was on that last drive, right? That throw from Caleb Williams was, wow.
It never should have happened, though. There was literally 4 defenders there.
Yeah.
Like, yes, good throw.
And Odunze, somehow held it. He got lit up on that play, didn't he?
I think so. I mean, yes, good throw, but
somebody jump up and put a hand on
that should not happen.
So the Bears score. Packers get the ball back. There's plenty of time, right? I wouldn't say plenty. They had time. You're driving, no timeouts. It's looking good. You're moving. And then your lineman gets hurt. Have we gotten an update on that injury? Because he laid down with no timeouts and took a 10-second runoff when there was 28 seconds left. You should not be laying on the ground unless you have a broken femur or you're dead.
Sean Ryan.
Get off the field. Who was the Bears had a guy run off the field with a torn ACL. He sprinted off the field.
Yeah, let me look.
Are you as amped about that as I am? Because that was like, you're a bitch.
Yeah, no, I definitely was. I'm just trying to search.
If he tore multiple MCL, ACL, sure, I get it.
No, I think he tore his... For some reason, I want to say it was a torn patellar. I'm not finding it. I thought I saw it was a torn patellar.
Not that deep. But get off the fucking field.
Yeah.
You got it. He didn't even try. So, and then, what was it? Two shots at the end zone?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. This is a bone bruise.
Bone bruise.
I don't know.
Cost his team 10 seconds in the most.
I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah.
like the Bears played the right defense to play in that situation. 2 guys on the sidelines, so you don't give up anything. And the Packers did what they needed to do. Got down the field. They took 2 shots at the end zone. Watson had a chance. I feel like if he caught that, you run out of time because he was short and inbounds.
There's multiple things about the last drive. First off, the last drive, I will say, great play calling. When we needed it most, great play calling.
Yep.
Jaden Reed probably costed us a lot of that game. The drop that he had on 1st and 10. Yeah, it was wait, no, that's not the right one. Where was it? I don't remember which play it was. But he did drop. It was 2nd and 3 from Chicago, 49, 55 seconds left. Deep left to Jordan Reed. He had the defender beat. Nobody really behind him for like 10, 15 yards. Dropped it at like the 20, 25. I think he probably gets down to like the 10, if not in the end zone with one move or something.
Right.
So that was huge.
And then he has the nerve to tweet, I should have caught that one, my B, or whatever.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck
That was rough. The Watson pass was a complete sicko throw from Jordan Love. That was literally placed perfect. I actually disagree. I think he would have gotten in on that.
Do you?
He talked about it on Monday. I think it was on Monday too. And was like, yeah, I slowed down to try and get into a window. And if I would have just ran through, I probably would have caught that in stride, which then he wouldn't have gotten hit by that other guy. So that's why I think he would have gotten in. But he just put up one hand. If he puts up both hands, he probably catches that, which is super frustrating. And then the last play, I'm not really sure what to say about that. I mean, Love fumbled it and then just had to chuck it. There was nothing really else to do. I mean, tried to go for the quick out and the fumble fucked everything up. So
I was in that moment, I'm like, if they get another one of these miracle plays to win the game, I was going to be upset, but it would have cashed both my bets. And then the Bears would have lost, who I now hate more than the Packers. I was real torn. Yeah. So I just had to sit back and enjoy it and be like, all right, who's losing?
I will say as soon as the game finished, I was surprisingly not as upset as I thought I was going to be. And I think part of it is just the typical Wisconsin sports letdown.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, obviously I scrolled Twitter and stuff at night, which was a horrible idea. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed. I'll wake up tomorrow, be whatever. And I was like, I'm probably not going to be that mad tomorrow. Like, it's over with. No, I woke up Sunday and I was actually more pissed off Sunday about the game than anything. And I still am. Like, talking about it pisses me off because we should have won that game. I thought this was probably the easiest path we had to a Super Bowl in the last couple of years, whatever. And the whole Matt LaFleur thing, which I still don't think we fire him. I don't think there's a decent enough replacement. My quick postseason thoughts, spend every offseason resource on defense, fire Bisaccia, which I think he's probably already gone. I've seen a couple things. Replace our offensive coordinator. Replace our kicker, which I think Haversick is probably going to end up being our kicker. He got signed to a futures contract, whatever. Hire an offensive coordinator, please, Mike McDaniel. Do not let Hafley out the door, which I would prefer, but if he does, I don't think I'm going to be too hurt. Big gap, upgrade for one elite wide receiver. Don't care if it costs Reed or Dobbs plus, which now I realize Dobbs is free agent, so that's not going to be possible. Invest in O-line. Huge gap. Fire Matt LaFleur, hire Stefanski and McDaniels, which I also don't think is necessarily the right thing to do. So
I don't think McDaniel would take an OC job from a new coach. I think he's going to go somewhere set up. I think if McDaniel's going to take an OC
they have
job,
history, though, I think.
Do they?
I think so.
I think if Mike McDaniel OCs somewhere, I truthfully believe it's the Lions or the Eagles. I don't think it. Yeah. Well, I guess maybe the Packers. He would maybe if LaFleur stays, it's gonna be Lions, Packers, Eagles, just because those are three of your top teams with some good weapons, good quarterback. But I think he takes a head coach job. But should we cruise through these other games? Any final thoughts? I thought that was a good wrap up there with your postseason thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Another wide receiver? Is it just going to be the next
no
receiver for 20 years?
No, so I think
you're talking receiver, and then you get
no. I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we don't have an elite receiver right now, which we don't.
Could have been Golden. He had a great game, but you guys didn't.
Which I think Golden is going to be massive next year, and it pissed me off that we didn't use him until this game because he looked phenomenal in this game.
You know what it is?
What?
Golden is your JMO. I think if he was on another team, he'd be a studly number one. But you guys are tied.
He's not that tall though, or big bodied.
Just don't compare the player. Compare the situation. You guys are tied to Christian Watson because yes, he's talented. Golden probably has more. No. Let me say this: Golden would remain healthier longer than Christian Watson, but you guys are tied to him. So Watson's the number one, and then you got all these other guys: Jaden Reed, who's good; Romeo Dobbs, who's good. You got this other, who's the other guy taking his targets? Fill me in here, Packer fan. Who's the other receiver?
Bo Melton, Dontavian Wicks.
Dontavian Wicks, that's the other one. So anyways, you got these other three who you put on the depth chart over the first round receiver that you took.
The thing, too, if Wicks and Bo Melton weren't injured, we would not have seen Golden on Saturday.
Exactly, and he had the game. I don't understand the use.
But now, I think Dobbs is probably not coming back. I think
he should open up Golden.
I agree. I think Golden.
Jaden Reed for a bag of pickles and call it a day.
Honestly, Reed, we don't have a first, but Reed and something else. Go get a upgrade at wide receiver.
You know who's?
I don't care if it's a little bit older. I don't really know who. Honestly,
he'd be nice. Him and
I honestly would not hate
trade
that.
them Christian Watson. This would be a trade the Eagles would do.
I don't know if I want to
if
trade
you do Watson. If you do Watson and a fourth, they'd probably give you AJ Brown, and then you got AJ.
I just don't know.
And Matthew Golden and
Jaden Reed.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's really
AJ Brown with Jordan Love, because.
Yeah, but who's going to project out better in the long run, AJ Brown or Christian Watson?
AJ Brown.
I don't know how much longer AJ Brown has left.
He's only 28.
Yeah, but his body.
He's
28, but he's been in the league for 7 years.
Christian Watson's body is 70. He can't stay healthy.
I don't know. He just took such a big leap forward this year that I'm kind of
No, he didn't. He played 9 games.
And in his 9 games, he was phenomenal.
Oh, dude. I can't. You would not. If you had AJ Brown with Jordan Love. Jordan Love can throw the fucking ball. Jalen Hurts, not that great of a ball thrower. Jordan Love and AJ Brown would be scary. I would fear that team. Jalen Hurts.
Last note on this game. Last note on this game. Jordan Love, very good quarterback, doesn't deserve to get any slack for this game. And Darian Kennard should be a kick returner. Big boy.
Last thing about this game. We concerned about Josh Jacobs losing a step?
No.
He looks slow.
I mean, he just barely got healthy. He looked great in the first half.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He's getting up there in age too. So just something to keep an eye on for you Packers fans.
He's fine.
All right, the other games. We'll breeze through most of them. Bills and Jags, another great fucking game. So we had Rams and Panthers, 4 fourth-quarter lead changes for the first time in how many years? And then guess what? On Sunday, 4 fourth-quarter lead changes, Bills and Jags. Great game. Trevor Lawrence played awesome, too. It's just he made one mistake. I guess he did have 2 picks. He made 2 mistakes.
Jags are here to stay.
The Bills' defense isn't that good, but they got 2 big picks that turned the game. In a 3-point game, 2 picks is huge. Jags defense, Jags rush defense, awesome. They shut down James Cook. The Bills and Keon Coleman, I'll never understand why. You've got this crazy banged up wide receiver room. You picked up Gabe frickin' Davis, and you don't put in Keon. Keon Coleman played 15% of snaps. He caught his 1 target for 36 yards, had an awesome catch on the run. I'm mostly pissed because I had him 50 plus at like plus 1100, and he got one target, one catch, 36 yards. I also had him score at plus 900.
I've seen there's a lot of stuff about his attitude and stuff, which is probably part of it. But
100% can see it, and like I know I've heard he misses meetings and all this shit, but when it comes to the playoffs, the time for discipline is not right now, especially when you got Gabe Davis who's banged up. Is it Shavers?
Yeah, did you see the stat on him?
Yeah, he played half his snaps.
Played the entire second half. Yeah, with a torn ACL. That was nuts.
Yeah, you picked up Brandon Cooks because Keon Coleman has an attitude problem.
Put
him on the field. It's the playoffs. If you want to get rid of him, trade him at the end of the year. But dude, Keon Coleman is talented.
Well, there was like talks in the middle of the year that they were going to cut him, and I was like, dude, if he gets cut, like he's going to be claimed in 2 seconds.
Somebody will take. Now, I will say, if it's an attitude problem, it'll probably build, and he'll never have a good NFL career. But it's the playoffs, and your wide receiver room is decimated. You're starting Brandon Cooks and Khalil Shakir as your 1-2.
Could just be a George Pickens 2.0. He just needs to be unleashed.
And like it's Josh Allen, like. Just put him out there. I bet you I will be betting his props this week. I have to. Especially because they're playing the Broncos, who have a great 1-2 cornerback, right? So Khalil Shakir and Brandon Cooks, they're not going to be able to do anything. Keon Coleman could pop off if they give him some fucking snaps. I think it's a big Kincaid game too. But that's the thing, man. The Bills, like...
He just hasn't had a good game in a long time.
I think the Bills match up well against the Broncos because what the Broncos do great... The Bills don't, so the Bills aren't concerned with it. They're not going to be trying to force it to their 1-2. They're going to hit the dink and dunks that they give them with the tight ends and with the running backs, and hopefully they unlock Coleman, and they're going to run the ball. It's going to be a weird game because, yes, Surtain is going to shut down Khalil Shakir, but guess what? They don't care. They're going to put Shakir all over the field and run these little screen passes, and he's going to have 12 catches for 82 yards. I didn't realize he had 12 catches last week. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel bad for the Jags. I like the Jags, but I was torn. Jags are fun to watch. I'm not a Jags hater, but I'm a Bills lover. So it was a win-win for me, but I would have been really, really sad if the Bills lost. Next game, Niners, Eagles. Oh, sorry. I didn't even let you talk about that game.
No, I'll save it until we get to the Monday game.
Okay. Niners, Eagles, the last, pretty entertaining game, although the second half was boring.
Very sad.
It turned into defense, and Kittle blew out his knee.
No, Achilles. Yeah.
That's all knee.
Even when my fantasy team is not playing, I literally lost Tucker Kraft and George Kittle to season enders, and probably going to keep them both. So
Kittle's probably done.
The owner...
Yeah, oh yeah, that's all the talk right now. The owner came down and visited him in the locker room. Got him a bottle of tequila. He drank.
Yeah, he drank the entire bottle. Yeah,
he's done.
But
yeah, the Niners, dude. Brock Purdy was out there balling. The thing that cost the Eagles in this game was kicking. I feel like
and AJ Brown
missed
and AJ Brown.
AJ Brown had a shit game. This is a bad time for me to try to defend AJ Brown. He had a
perfect time to trade for him.
Yeah, value's low right now. He had a terrible game. He had Jalen threw some good looks and
7 targets, 3 receptions.
And 2 of those were big drops. He had the one, I think it was across the middle late in the game, last drive of the game there. He had one on a deep ball. He had 2 on a deep ball. One of them was harder. He had to dive a little bit, but you got to pick those up. I'm very excited because I have AJ Brown in one league, so hopefully he gets traded. And then I have Devontae Smith in another league, and hopefully he gets unleashed with AJ Brown gone. I'm very excited. The outlook is looking good. Yeah, no, this second half was boring. I was pissed I had the over. It didn't hit.
Yeah, you sucked on Sunday.
0 for 3.
And I tailed too just because I was I didn't want to do any research. Yeah,
I was hot. I feel like the
Juwan Jennings played, by the way.
Juwan Jennings did play.
No, I said the Juwan Jennings played, by the way.
Oh, the pass? Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, that was fucking sweet.
I didn't know he was a 4-star quarterback out of high school. Dual threat. Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit into my betting background here. So I decided to do 2.5 units on every game. I was picking a spread or an over, right? It started with college football. I swept the semifinals, which is only 2 wins, nothing crazy. Then I hit the over in the Rams-Panthers game. I had the Packers -1.5. That's where it all fell apart. That was bad juju. That collapse. Then I had Jags +1.5. Then I had the over 49ers-Eagles. That lost. Chargers +3.5. That lost. Wait a second. I thought I'm an idiot. The model had the Patriots. I should trust the model on that one. But Monday night, big bounce back for you, boy. We'll talk about that one. Yeah, so Sunday was bad. Need that big bounce back on Monday, and I got it. This game for some reason I cannot
Sunday night.
It wasn't notable. No, I'm still thinking Niners Eagles.
I didn't watch a lot of. Honestly, I think I was so dejected Sunday that I just I had them on, but I didn't really.
Yeah, you just kind of zoned.
Watch them much. Yeah.
Sunday night's game, we can talk about that really fast. I didn't watch a lick of it. I missed the first quarter because I think I was watching something with Sid. And then I saw it was 3-0. I'm like, this looks like a boring, sloppy game. And I didn't put it on. I watched the TV show.
I was gonna say, I did,
however, I had Hunter Henry first touchdown. So that was a nice little cash for you, boy. Got the money back.
In the fourth quarter. Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, yeah. I just kept looking every 10, 15 minutes. They score yet? Somebody score yet? I actually hit 2 first touchdown scores this weekend. So that was nice. Yeah, I have nothing else about that game. Drake May, unimpressive. I'm not scared of this Patriots team. He's young. He's dumb. The Texans are going to kill him. Speaking of the Texans, Monday night, this game was a sweat fest for anybody that had the Texans -3, and then they ended up winning by 24. Now, make that make sense, Jake. How does that make sense? Well, it was 7-6 at halftime. The Texans were up. They should have been up 20. CJ Stroud fumbled twice, threw a pick. He looked like shit. I don't know what was going on. The Steelers defense isn't that good. I don't know how the hell they caused that. That was just a total, I'm nervous. It's the playoffs. Let me shit in my pants real quick. Second half, third quarter, they were moving the ball again, and he fumbled again, I think. Was it another fumble or another pick? I don't even remember, but they turned the ball over.
Yeah, I don't remember which one.
It was 10-6 going into the fourth quarter. And it was one of those. I was texting
10-6 with 13 minutes left.
So I think literally right then and there, I'm like, dude, they're gonna win this game by the Steelers aren't scoring.
I was very confident that the Steelers were gonna come back.
I was too. I was like, I'm cooked.
The Texans scored with 11:23 left to make it 17-6.
You're jumping ahead. I live bet the Texans -7.5 because I'm like, they're gonna win this by a lot at +500. So then, and it was almost immediately after the pick 6. I was like, okay, maybe the defense has to do it. And then from there, they got another stop. Quick, it was a quick 3-and-out. The Steelers would get a first down, and then it was just shut down, lose yards, sack.
Yeah. So right after they made it
long drive, that rushing drive.
Yeah, right after they made it 17-6 off the fumble return, I texted 20-17 Steelers incoming. And then I
think they got one first down after that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, because then the Texans had a long drive, scored a touchdown, and then Rodgers' last pass of his career, pick 6.
Yeah, so possibly. Potentially. I was on the Steelers. I will confess I said this to Paige, there was a deep, dark, itty-bitty corner of my soul that was you know what? A Steelers-Bears Super Bowl would be fun. Just for the Rodgers gets to beat the Bears one last time on his way out storyline. And then the Steelers lost, so now I hope that a nuke hits the city of Chicago. So...
Yeah, I didn't even think about that storyline. The one that I've been just everywhere is, Bills Patriots, AFC's Bills Patriots. Did you know? We forgot to mention it. You got anything else on this game? I just had that the Texans defense is fucking awesome. It's one of the best defenses I've ever watched.
I think not the Bears. I think the Steelers need to do a complete, just white
they need a rebuild.
Slate.
They've never rebuilt. They need a rebuild.
Yes.
the thing about the Texans is that not only is their pass rush incredible, their run defense is very good as well, especially their corners and linebackers. They hunt the ball on a run play. Not only that, their corners in pass are incredible. And then, they have the best safety in the league, Derek Stingley. Like, what the fuck? And I'm glad I have a Texans future. They say defense wins championships. Today's NFL's gotten away from that a little bit. We'll see. CJ Stroud, if he just like the Ravens won it with Trent Dilfer, like CJ Stroud can win one with that defense. Like, we might be looking at an all-time defense here. D'Amico Ryans, awesome. Love the guy too. I forgot to mention post-game handshake. Ben Johnson, Matt LaFleur. What were your thoughts?
It's whatever. It doesn't bother me.
I saw Packers fans getting upset about it, and I'm like, dude, like, this dude just won his first ever playoff game as a head coach, which is great for his career, right? And like, he didn't like bump in. He shook his hand and just ran off. Like, there was nothing.
LaFleur literally did the same thing to him the first game. So
right,
it's whatever. They want to establish a rivalry. That's fine. And everybody being like, "Oh, Ben Johnson is classless," with the whole "fuck the Packers, fuck that team." It's whatever. The guy
that happens in every locker room. It's just Ben Johnson was so amped up that he didn't think to wait until the cameras were off. Because there's a time when the cameras all leave, and that's when coaches do it. I guarantee you, Dan Campbell said it about the Packers. I guarantee he said it about the Bears. Like, it's just he was amped up, and in the moment forgot cameras were on him. That, like, it's been happening for 60, 70 years. I saw people saying, like, "Oh, do you think Vince Lombardi did this?" Damn right he did it. There was no cameras back
then. Yeah.
Like, it's just the dude was amped up, and it, like, the thing that's great, though, is that rivalries are coming back because of media being involved. I guarantee you Matt LaFleur hates Ben Johnson, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. That's good for football. It's going to be chippy these next couple years between you two, and I'm excited for it. I really am.
Yeah.
I wish Dan Campbell had a little bit more hate in his heart for Ben Johnson, because I think that would be electric. We own the.
I want to see Matt LaFleur just become a complete asshole next year, and like run up scores and shit.
I am interested to see if the Rams beat the Bears, what the handshake will be like, because LaFleur and McVay are very close. So I don't know if there's some hate there.
Yeah, did you hear about the Cool Guys Club thing?
Yeah, I heard that too, where it's like, what is it? McVay, LaFleur, Shanahan.
Yeah, they don't like Ben Johnson because...
Well, they don't like Ben Johnson because he's new and he's not a part of their clique. They don't like Dan Campbell either. Like, he's just... It's those three, and like they respect the veterans, like Andy Reid, probably Tomlin and Harbaugh before they were fired, and then it's just like everybody else. So they don't like Ben Johnson coming in, getting a big win, and he's different from all these normal head coaches. Like McVay and LaFleur and Shanahan, they were the cool kids. Now Ben Johnson's cool because he's fucked the Packers, and I hate those guys, and like, that's football, man. I got a soft spot for Ben Johnson. I just hate the Bears because they are stealing the glory that I once had. I had that excitement when we took down the Bucks and then the Rams, and then we were in the conference championship. I missed that excitement because last year we had all the excitement in the world and we got beat, and now this year we didn't even make the playoffs. Like, that's where my hate comes from. It's not hate towards Ben Johnson. I think he's a cornball, and like the shirt off in the locker room, that's lame. But
Fernando Mendoza level cornball.
Yeah. By the way, let's talk that quick, and then we'll do.
I was gonna say real quick.
Indiana is
fucking killed them.
Insane. Like, they are a very good football team. I nuked their spread. I have them to win outright. The cash out is only like $10 less than the payout. I'm like, I should just take this.
I'm stuck.
You're in a bad spot. You can't really hedge.
I knew I should have done it.
I'll sell you my ticket.
No, I'm not buying a
Give
ticket from anybody.
91% of the cash out, and you can have it.
No. The thing is, I don't even have a cash out. So, moral of the story real quick, I placed a future on Miami midseason at plus 1,600, plus 1,800, something like that. After Miami won last weekend, last week, it was, Thursday, whatever.
Thursday.
I debated placing a future on Indiana and Oregon to win the national championship. That way I was guaranteed something. Or just placing a future on Indiana because I was like, I feel like Indiana's going to win this game. That way I have a winner either way. Sent like 4 different options in 2 different group chats. Was like, what do you guys think? Expecting everyone to be like, yeah, place a future on Indiana, or yeah, place a future on both. And everyone's like, nah, just let it ride. So I let it ride, and I should have trusted my gut. Because now Indiana's like a fucking 7-point favorite or something like that. And
think about
minus 290 on the money line.
Miami beat Ohio State by more than Indiana beat Ohio State by. You're not dead. You might.
Not dead.
Here's how you can get lucky,
good.
and you should keep an eye on this. Watch that second drive of the game. If Miami jumps out to a 7-0 lead, boom, take Indiana. I bet you they're even money or a little bit worse.
Well, I mean, if I have a live boost too,
right? Like
a live.
The only way you get cooked is if they get that pick 6 on the first play. Then you're done. Yeah. It's over.
Could be cheating.
Yeah, it's crazy that none of these other teams have figured out, hey, if we just grab all the guys that have played 4 or 5 years, they have a lot of experience, they know how to play football. He has no 5 stars. He's got no studs. Like, none of them are studs.
Literally, Joe Bruner, Wisconsin's best offensive lineman, just signed with them for next year. Like, well.
Yeah, like they're just – and they grabbed Nick Marsh from MSU. He's probably going to start. He's like a sophomore. He's incredible. So they're starting to get that younger talent. But, like, Mendoza even, like – I think they might have got lucky with him. He's very talented. I'm no longer a Mendoza hater. But like everybody else, it's just like former 3 and 4 stars that have played for a lot of years. They've jumped around a little bit. The Signetti, don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic coach. I think he's a psychopath. But it's just the fact that they have all these guys with all this experience. So then they go out there and they perform. Like there's nothing to say.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to watch the game. I think it'll be a good game. I don't know what to bet. I saw Indiana's like minus 7.5. I hate that number. It's like, I don't know. It's a national championship. Like I see 7. Yeah. I can see 7, 35-28. But we'll see. In Miami too. That's the part that's also tough. Like I know Indiana travels very well, but it's right there for Miami. There's a lot of money down in Miami. There's a lot of alums down there. I don't know. All right. How do you feel about skipping the parlays? We do not have much time for
recaps. I agree.
Yeah, we're gonna have to skip the recap.
We're gonna have to do just quick pages picks again.
I just wanted to say, I'll say it. There's one I want to say because I think I have a good read on a game.
Okay, so, that's fine.
Yeah, get right into it. We can fly, and then I'll just give it's for the Rams Bears game.
All right. So recapping last week, reminder that each game is worth 1 point. Picking correctly for the Super Bowl is 3 points per team, 6 total if you get both. 10 points for picking the winner. We all got 3 points last week. So we are still tied. Paige's Super Bowl matchup lost the Jags. She had the Jags over the Rams. I lost the Packers. I had the Packers over the Patriots. And Jake is still fully alive with Texans versus Rams, which I actually do not hate. So
it's looking pretty nice.
Yeah, it's looking good.
You go ahead and take your regular season trophy. I'll take the Super Bowl trophy. Thank you very much.
Saturday's games. Bills at Broncos. Broncos minus 1.5. Over under 45.5. Paige is on the Broncos. I am on the Bills.
Hey, mine moved all the picks down too.
That's weird. I can always adjust it.
I'm going to fix mine. I got the Broncos as well.
Okay.
Even though the
49ers at Seahawks. Seahawks minus 7.5. Over under 44.5. We are all on the Seahawks. If the Niners didn't lose Kittle, I probably would have been on the Niners, but Sunday's games, Texans at Patriots. Patriots minus 3. 40.5 is the total. Paige is on the Texans. I will take the Patriots.
Texans are just too good, dude. That defense is too nice. If they can run the ball, because the Patriots defense is very good against the run. If they can run the ball, they're going to win this game. I'm going Texans.
I think my biggest thing is I trust Vrabel more than I trust DeMeco Ryans.
He's a great coach, but so is DeMeco.
They're both great coaches, but
yeah.
And then Sunday mid after, it's like 6:30. Rams minus 3.5 at the Bears. Over under is 48.5. We are all on the Rams.
Yep. So I initially had the Bears because I'm like, man, they come back from everything, right? But then I listened to that Whitworth interview on Part of My Take today, and he talked about McVay and how much of a play calling psychopath he is. This dude looks into what that team is going to try to do, and then he picks it apart. And then he talked about when they would do their walkthroughs, and he's on the field putting people where they need to be, and he's saying, this guy's going to go here, this guy's going to come here, you're going to go here, boom, we're going to go here, boom, we're going to get this. Like, Whitworth was just praising Sean McVay. You got Matthew Stafford, who's great. They got the experience. Like, The Bears collapse is coming, and I think it's this game. I think the Rams by a lot. I'm on their spread. I'm on everything. Take the Rams.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I hope the Rams fucking win by 21, but
when I look at this board, there's only 2 games that I'm like, yup, I'm confident, and it's Seahawks and Rams. And then you're going to have the NFC West Conference Championship game. I wouldn't be surprised if the winner of the Super Bowl comes out the NFC West as well. The NFC West is just loaded.
Really? You don't say?
I mean, yeah. It's like not exactly a hot take, but like I mean, look at what they did in the regular season, right? You got 3 teams that are just incredible. So not a hot take, but just crazy. So that's about it. Keep an eye on Keon Coleman this week. I'm gonna be all over his props. He cashed. Dude, his over-under last week was 6.5 yards. I smashed the over. He had 36. I got lucky. I didn't know he was only gonna play 10 snaps.
One catch.
He got the one catch he needed. Yeah. I didn't know he was only gonna play 10 snaps. I saw their wide receiver room. I'm like, they have to use the fucking guy. And he went in there. I don't get it. I'm all over it this week. I'm gonna ladder the shit out of him. But sites won't let you ladder him because they got him put at like 8.5 because they don't even know if he's gonna play. All right, that's it. Let's wrap it up. Have a great weekend. Hit some tanks, throw some tutties. We'll see you next week.
Let's go golfing. Peace.